Coming up on Coastline News, hear about the new proposal for policy changes to avoid flights going missing in the future.
And see how San Diegans welcomed spring this weekend in Seaport Village.
You're watching Coastline News.
Good evening, Point Loma, and welcome to Coastline News. I'm Julia McKibben.
And I'm Marissa Chamberlain.
The disappearance of Malaysia Airlines Flight 370 has started a debate about airplane safety. One suggestion is to put cameras in the cockpit so investigators can see exactly what is happening at the time of any accident. CNN's Stephanie Lamb investigates if this could make any difference in future incidences.
Guide commercial planes across the skies. Everything they say is recorded.
6,000 feet.
But unlike other modes of transportation, we can't see what's happening at the controls. Cameras have shed light on accidents, like when this bus driver was caught on surveillance camera texting just before rear-ending an SUV. Cameras are also keeping an eye on train conductors. And now the mystery surrounding Malaysia Airlines Flight 370 has re-energized the debate of putting cameras in the cockpit.
The amount of information that they're deriving right now from the aircraft exceeds anything on the other transport industries.
Mike Karn of the Coalition of Airline Pilots Association says cameras would be intrusive.
Why not put cameras in the cockpit of commercial airliners?
I want the pilot worried about flying the aircraft. And the second thing is, current technology allows you to monitor so many more parameters of the aircraft that it's not necessary. You're going to know the altitude, the speed, the configuration, everything mechanically about that aircraft.
In 2000, the National Transportation Safety Board recommended the Federal Aviation Administration require airlines to record electronic images, data that would be included in 2 redundant cockpit data recorders, one in the front of the plane, another in the rear. But in the last 14 years, that recommendation has gone nowhere beyond being a suggestion.
This information would be limited to accident investigation use and otherwise would not be available for viewing by anyone.
Jim Hall was chairman of the NTSB when the recommendation was made after the investigation of several crashes found there wasn't enough cockpit data to determine what went wrong.
The cameras would not be on the face of either of the pilot or the co-pilot. They would focus on the instruments and on the manipulations that are made.
We constantly see the edging more towards taking away the privacy of the pilots. We're performing our job up there. I would rather be focused on doing my job than what people are seeing.
Yet Hall sees passenger safety as a higher priority than pilot privacy.
I hope that we won't wait until we have a similar incident involving a United States airline and United States citizens to take the action that's necessary to provide for the safety and security of the traveling public.
Over 900,000 people were evacuated from Iquique, Chile after an earthquake on Tuesday. The 8.2 magnitude earthquake triggered landslides, power outages, and a tsunami. Almost 300 prisoners escaped during the quake, but 131 have already turned themselves in voluntarily. Officials say the military has been dispatched throughout the earthquake zone to make sure everyone is safe.
With the drought in California, the thought of rain is pleasant. The National Weather Service predicted that the West Coast could get more than an inch of rain this week. San Diego welcomed the rain along with other California cities. Until the rainfall meets yearly standards, however, San Diegans are urged to limit their use of water. Ways to conserve water include shorter showers, limiting watering grass or plants, and to never leave the water running.
Street theater is a fast-growing art, and this past weekend, San Diego hosted its annual Busker Festival. Reporter Nikki Olguin tells us about the Street Performance Festival.
Officially a week into the spring season, Seaport Village celebrated by hosting its annual Busker Festival. Street performers from all over the world came to showcase their talents this past weekend.
I like the weather. Part of it is the weather because I can play, and then like I told you, there's a lot of culture exchanges, so I like it.
The festival was open to the public and free of charge. The two-day celebration kicked off the spring season events here in San Diego. Entertainers and street performers from across the world, along with ethnic foods, foreign beers, and raffles were just a few of the many attractions at this family Fun for All festival.
The San Diego Buskar Festival held here at Seaport Village is anything but boring, bringing hundreds of San Diegans like the ones behind me to enjoy the street acts.
The festival is put on annually by the city of San Diego to bring awareness to the quickly growing trend known as street performance theater.
Well, it was our 8th annual Busker Festival, and buskers are street performers, and it's a very cool, legitimate art form that is done. We have it here all year round at Seaport Village, individual ones, but this big Busker Festival is the only one in Southern California. So it is a great opportunity for Southern Californians to come down and enjoy Seaport Village and get an opportunity to see this fabulous artwork.
As of now, the city plans on continuing their involvement in supporting the street act art. Nikki Olguin, Coastline News.
Escondido's Bear Valley Parkway is under construction, but the budget has been cut, delaying the project. $26 million was granted in the beginning of the process, but now more funding is needed. The construction will connect the Valley Center and Escondido to Interstate 5. This can eliminate the traffic on Bear Valley Road. Construction is expected to resume in the summer of 2016 if all goes as planned.
Forbes magazine named San Diego the best place to start a small business. The magazine looked at community engagement and the availability of resources. Chance Roth and Soren Nielsen are prime examples of businessmen who have started companies in San Diego. The two men also say San Diego is a great place to find business inspiration and support.
Candy is one of the best parts of Easter, and consumer reporter Katie Seals will tell us where to go so we can get some local sweet treats.
And we'll show you how an East County San Diego community celebrated this weekend.
Minds can achieve anything. We make sure they get to college. Federal student aid provides more than $150 billion in grants, loans, and work-study funds to make college possible for anyone with the mind to get there. Because if given the chance, minds will do great things. Federal Student Aid, proud sponsor of the American Mind. Learn more about money for college at studentaid.gov.
Parents sure have their hands full, and they could use an extra hand. Now, every state offers free or low-cost health insurance for your sports hero or budding artist. Kids up to age 19 can get checkups, doctor and dentist visits, hospital care, prescriptions, and more. Your child may qualify based on your family size and income. It's one less thing to worry about. Call or go online for more information.
Residents in Cardiff are sad to see a local family farm shut down after 40 years. Maldona Farms, best known for its Christmas trees and pumpkin patches, is now just an empty lot. Neighbors say the owners had leased the land for 40 years, but recently lost the property to an out-of-town developer. The new developer has plans to build 7 new homes in the area.
The baby river hippopotamus born 4 days ago at the San Diego Zoo died earlier today of unknown causes. The staff noticed the baby had passed away during a routine checkup. The hippo had been spending time with its mother in their 150,000-gallon pool. The two had been so close that animal keepers were unable to determine if the baby was male or female. The zoo says the river hippopotamus is a threatened species that must be protected.
3 San Diego hospitals are ranked among the top 100 U.S. hospitals in the Becker's Hospital Review. Scripps Memorial Hospital, La Jolla, and the UCSD Medical Center are said to each have rich history, strong credentials, and a growing focus on how to best care for patients. Becker said all 3 organizations are known for some of the greatest medical advancements in U.S. healthcare history.
Easter is a time of candy, egg hunts, and more. Consumer reporter Katie Seals tells us how one local sweet shop is satisfying San Diego sweet tooths with handmade products.
Every year, candy sales skyrocket during the springtime. Chocolate bunnies and pastel-colored marshmallows line store shelves. On the middle of Newport Avenue in Ocean Beach sits Beach Sweets, a shop offering a lot more than marshmallow peeps. Beach Sweets is known for their unique creations, like the Wipeout and chocolate-dipped bacon. We're here to see just how their unique creations fare in the busiest candy season of the year, Easter. Let's give this chocolate-dipped bacon a try. Easter is the second biggest candy-selling holiday, right after Halloween. Manager Kayla Leonard explains what brings so many into their shop for the season.
Holidays are always the best. People really come here a lot. They want something special, and usually people come here for something unique, something creative, and something that they can't find really at a normal convenience store. They come here.
It doesn't end with traditional holiday sweets. All throughout the year, these candy makers also hand-dip their own creations.
You have to heat it up to a certain temperature, and once it's at that temperature, you add chocolate and have to bring the temperature back down, and that's really what gives chocolate its nice shine and snap. It's called tempering chocolate.
Strawberries, Oreos, and even Pop Rocks are dunked into tempered white milk and dark chocolates every day at Beach Sweets. After 7 years in the neighborhood, the unique shop is expecting another busy Easter season. Katie Seals, Coastline News Consumer Reports.
With all the different festivals around San Diego this time of year, it can be hard to decide which one to attend. Reporter Greta Wall shows us how a small community in San Diego put on their 18th annual street fair this weekend.
Families of the Rolando community and other parts of San Diego gathered together on Sunday, March 30th for the 2014 Rolando Street Fair. The event, which is organized each year by the Rolando Community Council, featured a different live musical act every hour from noon to 6 p.m.
It brings the community together. You can tell everybody is here. Everybody's sitting out on their porches. They're enjoying it. It's a wonderful spring event, family event. We're trying to make it more and more family friendly, and it's our major fundraiser for the Rolando Community Council.
Rolando is a small community in San Diego nestled between San Diego State and La Mesa. Every year in March, they close off the streets for carnival rides, vendors, and more.
2014 marks the 18th annual Rolando Street Fair, and with games, rides, and live music, it's a great option for families to come and enjoy their Sunday in San Diego.
The Rolando Community Council is looking for new faces to join the neighborhood all the time. And as that community grows, so does the fair.
It's grown, but it's always been a pretty good-sized event. We've always had rides, we've always had the streets closed. Definitely more of everything.
As their biggest fundraiser, the Rolando Community Council will continue to put on the fair each year. Planning for next year's 19th annual Rolando Street Fair is already in the works. Greta Wall, Coastline News.
So this week the weather has kind of been all over the place. Have you noticed that?
It has. One day it's raining, one day it's sunny. It's just been crazy. How about our weather reporter, Nikki Olguin, will tell us more about it.
That's right, ladies. It has been all over the place. A little bit of rain, a little bit of sun, but we love it here in San Diego. Let's go ahead and take a look at our current conditions. It is currently 64 degrees, nice and cool, 12-mile-per-hour winds, humidity at 54 degrees, and the dew point at 47 degrees. And let's take a look at our lows tonight. It's going to be looking like 50s along the coast, 53 in Irvine, 55 here in San Diego. The further in we go, it stays around mid to low 40s. And then Julian is going to be the coldest on the map at 38 degrees. Let's take a look at tomorrow's highs. Tomorrow, it's going to be 64 here in San Diego, nice and comfortable, 66 in Irvine, 62 in Ramona, and then Julian again at 51 degrees, still the coolest on the map, so you won't warm up too much from tonight till tomorrow. Let's take a look at our 5-week forecast. It's going to be 66 tomorrow morning, low of 55. However, throughout the week, it is going to warm up all the way to 79 on Tuesday and Monday, low of 59 on Tuesday. Don't let those clouds fool you because it is going to warm up from tomorrow all the way to Tuesday. So it'll get gradually warmer with those patchy clouds. And let's take a look at our surf report. Wave height 2 to 3 feet. That's pretty good for you beginner surfers. Wind at 7 miles per hour. The low tide will be happening at around 7:30 in the morning. That is bright and early. And the high tide at around 2. That's midday. So you have a good variety in there. That is all the weather I have for you guys tonight. Back at the desk.
Buskers are seen all over London, but typically not in San Diego. We will tell you about the street performers that appeared over the weekend.
And sports reporter Hillary Zieber will update you on everything happening in the world of sports.
Where do you think you're going?
Is your body holding you back?
I want to go running. Not with that knee, you're not. I'm fine. Negative.
Your bones and joints can say no at any age.
With that shoulder, you're going to pick up that track. Really?
Keeping you from working, playing, or just plain moving.
Let's not pick her up. What do you say?
Yet a lot of people who live with pain fight back.
Use your head. Save your back. My bride, my rules.
And regain their lives.
You gotta be kidding me.
Whoa. I'm going running. I'm going running.
Got to see this. Come on, pick it up.
Fight for your mobility. Find your own inspiration at anationinmotion.org. A message from the American Academy of Orthopedic Surgeons.
Come on. I'll take it from here.
HIV, AIDS, and cancer patients are celebrating after a local nonprofit created to help them has reached a milestone. Mama's Kitchen delivers 3 meals a day, 7 days a week to its clients free of charge, and they serve their 7th millionth meal on Tuesday. The organization operates on donations from individuals, foundations, the county, and the city of San Diego.
A Pennsylvania man trying to cut down a tree ended up with a chainsaw in his neck. Co-workers helped James Valentine out of the tree and, leaving the blade in his neck, rushed him to the hospital. After 30 stitches and an hour of surgery, Valentine returned to stable condition. Doctors say the blade missed the vital carotid artery by a centimeter, and he actually suffered most of the damage to his shoulder.
Over the weekend, reporter Marissa Chamberlain tells us the unique details about the event.
On Saturday, March 29th, San Diego saw some of the best buskers around at the annual Spring Buskers After Dark event. It was part one of a 2-day festival in Seaport Village. I'm here at the annual Buskers After Dark event held at Seaport Village in downtown San Diego, where a number of street performers come to audiences of all kinds. There's another event held tomorrow afternoon that is a little bit more family-friendly. What is a busker, you might ask? It is otherwise known as a street performer. Known for their unusual and comedic acts or swallowing flame batons, these artists perform for tips in public venues across the globe. Every year, San Diego City Beat helps spread the word about the festival with their beer club members. Seaport and City Beat collaborate to make specials for viewers to keep them around all night. Attendee Mike Smith enjoyed the event and said he would come again.
Absolutely, it's a good time. It's a lot of fun here, hanging out. It's a good little entertainment, and yeah, free beer.
Seaport Village hosts the only busker festival in Southern California. They bring professionals from across the country to perform their bizarre talents, from sword swallowing to knife throwing to pogo stick tricks and juggling on unicycles. While people enjoyed the show, some had trouble seeing around the crowd.
We got a glimpse of it, but it's just kind of hard to see it because of the way everything's shaped. But so far it's pretty cool.
Throughout the 2-day festival, some of the nation's top performers fill the Bayfront Village, drawing visitors to shop, dine, and enjoy an entire day of one-of-a-kind entertainment. Marissa Chamberlain, Coastline News.
So March Madness is still happening, and I'm very sad about my bracket.
Didn't do so well?
No, once San Diego lost, it just kind of went downhill from there.
Yeah, the Final Four just recently came out, and our sports reporter Hillary Zieber was going to tell us a little more about that.
Hey Point Llama, I'm Hillary Zieber, and I have your latest in sports. Let's start off with March Madness. With every bracket busted in the $1 billion bracket tournament, I would say there has to be a lot of bummed fans out there. 3 out of the 4 teams making it to the Final Four were upsets, but with no surprise, Florida continues on with their 30-game winning streak. We have Florida, Kentucky, Wisconsin, and Connecticut. They've all fought hard to make it to the Final Four. Let's take a look at the big Wisconsin win over University of Arizona in overtime. Nick Johnson gets the ball down by 1. He shoots and it's no good, allowing Wisconsin to upset Arizona with a 64-63 win, moving Wisconsin into the Final Four. On Sunday, March 30th, The MLB kicked off their season here in San Diego with the Padres opening day. The Padres took on the LA Dodgers and brought home a win for the Padres fans. Unfortunately for the Padres, the Dodgers came back to win the series. And it all started with Yasiel Puig's home run at the top of the first. Let's take a look. The pitch was up and inside, and if you know Yasiel Puig, you should know that that's his danger zone. You can kiss that ball goodbye as it was a bomb to deep left field, giving the Dodgers a 2-0 lead. Well, that's all I have for sports. I'm Hillary Zieber.
Well, that's all the time we have for you tonight at Point Loma. I'm Julia McKibben.
Join us again in 2 weeks for the last Coastline news of the semester. I'm Marissa Chamberlain.